Welcome to the League Digest's OPL Rundown powered by Respawn Ninja. This week we'll be giving a quick rundown on the OPL preseason and the roster changes just in time for OPL's return on January 18th. I'm Sushix with the League Digest and this is the OPL Rundown. With huge changes happening across the Oceanic League, there is much to be discussed with roster changes and the addition of the newly added team Gravitas to the league. To start off, following from a disappointing end to last season, Avant Gaming are looking to build themselves from the ground up with a brand new roster. The players hail from the winning Chiefs Academy roster and the relegated Tectonic, the only exception being their top laner Chippies, formerly from Mammoth. The team consists of Chippies in top, Sybil and Swaith in shared jungle role, Shock mid, Gunkrab as AD carry, and Aldadoric as support. The rookie talent isn't left without guidance however, as Rusty makes his coaching debut following his time casting the LPL. The brand new roster aims to correct the bitter taste left behind at the conclusion of Season 8 and looks to prove themselves as a strong contender in the OPL. Now the Bombers head into their sophomore season following a consistent mid-tier placement last split. The new roster contains a mix of high-tier Oceanic talent and Korean players in the top half of the map, with Mimic as their top laner and Korean solo queue star Balkan in the jungle for his first professional split. Ryoma has been brought into the mid lane, along with dynamic duo FBI and Rogue as AD carry and support respectively, picked up from Order. The team heads into this season with a solid roster, led by Rogue as their team captain, Weston Wei as their coach, and with Seb as their substitute jungler. The OPL organization of the Chiefs look to reinstate their claim to fame with a bunch of new fresh faces on the team. Swiper and Reyes remain in their respective positions of top and AD carry, with the additions of Legacies only in the jungle and Claire in mid, alongside graduate Chiefs Academy player Ayla as their support. Former Direwolves support Cupcake is now on staff as their coach, doubling as a substitute player, with Volt taking a position as head coach. The Chiefs are looking to drop the briefs of the other teams going into this season. Another rebuilt roster comes in the form of Direwolves. However, any eager fans would recognize the current team as the graduate players of their academy team, Dire Cubs. With Biopanther being the last man standing of the winning team, he's accompanied by 50% world's win rate Udasoft in the jungle, winner of the next gamer Get Back in the mid lane, former Tectonic member Andrew as AD carry, and Corporal as his support. The change comes as a surprise, especially with the success of the previous roster, with the Direwolves aiming to build up the next generation of Oceanic champions. The new team arrives after the relegation of Tectonic at the hands of Chiefs Academy, with Sportsgeek taking their place in the OPL. Gravitas have come into the OPL at full swing with the intention of becoming part of Oceanic history. The massive debut lineup features the all-star 1v1 champion of the people, Pabu in the top lane, with former AV teammate Preless in the jungle, Hayri mid, and former legacy bot lane Raid and Decoy. Following his retirement at the end of last year, Dews makes his debut as general manager, with OPL caster and veteran Ejim stepping in for the role of head coach. Now Legacy starts at square one this season, even after their impressive gauntlet run at the conclusion of last season. Denian as their coach leads a roster with a wide range of OPL experience throughout the years, as former Tectonic players Paprise and Pradith play in their top and bottom lane. Guts makes his return to the OPL for the first time since Exile 5 after spending time in the OCS, as Chaz in the mid lane rounds off this roster. The addition of Yuzuki as their support was in the original roster. However, due to personal reasons, he'll be unable to participate in the OPL for 2019, and Legacy will have a sub filling in the support role in the first week of the OPL. Mammoth is among the other teams who have handpicked their roster for this season, with Fantix as their head coach. With former Diacub Topoon in the top lane, the other four roles are filled with experienced teammates. Babip in jungle and Destiny support hail from the Chiefs, with Triple in mid and King AD carry coming from the OPL winning lineup of the 2018 Direwolves. With a team consisting of seasoned competitive players, it's shaping up to be a strong split for the new Mammoth roster. And finally, the team with the least amount of roster shifts, or you may say the least amount of disorder, comes from, as you may have guessed, Order. They have Spawn remaining as their general manager and Choo-Choos as their coach, alongside top laner Tally, jungler Spooks, and mid laner Swiffer. This split they'll be bringing in Intuition's second split AD carry Dream, and Avant's veteran support Jake, alongside the successful roster established last year. In their sophomore season, the boys from Melbourne look to serve the other teams in competition with their signature Order Up. And that brings us to the end of this week's OPL Rundown. If you like what we do and you want to support the League Digest, you can find our Patreon and all social media links in the description down below. This series would also not be possible without our friends over at Respawn Ninja, whom we've partnered with to make this series. They make awesome written content on a large variety of games, so you might want to go check them out in the links down below. Until next time, I'm Sushix with the League Digest, and I'll talk to you guys later.